Lord forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack making backflip. Telly Hank with the action. With the vital speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews, how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby May. Just caught a touchdown from the Bay.
I've been messaging with a few people on social media who were at the concert and say that they're hearing possibly the man who was shot was also robbed. I've reached out to police to confirm if that's true, if that story checks out, but as you know, today's a holiday. We've yet to hear back.
A lot of niggas be hating and shit, but me, I don't give a fuck how broke I am. I'm gonna push every nigga around me to apply pressure.
Y'all out there having fun, I'm still at work. It's fucking me up. You cheated me.
What you here for?
Hey, the internet, y'all got us all the way up, man. We met that dude, Duke the Jeweler, the night before. We was gambling. The next day, dude followed us to the concert. When we left out the concert, we under the garage. Dude went to his car by himself and walked down to the parking lot. That's when somebody tried to rob him and killed the dude. What the hell my 19-year-old cousin gonna try to rob and kill somebody? Bro, we getting money, man. We getting fucking money. That ain't our stilo. As a boss, I ain't letting that go down like that, man. This dude finna make me a piece. So y'all need to kill that. That's bad low, man. Don't put us in nothing with no bad low. It's bad low, man. This shit bad low, man. Straight up, the shit bad low. Kill it.
We want to turn to a tragedy outside of a rap concert in Sharpstown. A man was shot to death and police are asking for help finding his killer. ABC 13 reporter Courtney Fisher is live outside the Arena Theater this morning. Good morning, Courtney.
Yeah, good morning, Melanie. You know, in the last few hours, we've been looking through a lot of social media posts about the concert, and there were several security guards who were here. They were inside the Arena Theater working the concert. And, you know, the vibe there from all of these videos seems to be pretty calm. People having a really great time, very laid back. There's no sense of chaos, no sense the fact that a few minutes after the concert let out, this would be a deadly night. But that's exactly what happened. I'm going to show you video from overnight. This whole parking lot was taped off. It was around 11:40 p.m. That's the back of the Arena Theater in front of the parking garage. And you can see several yellow evidence markers because police say that there were a lot of shell casings, a lot of shots fired. Someone's cell phone was also collected as evidence. Investigators say that they don't know yet what led up to one person shooting and killing another man. It does appear that there was not any kind of a huge fight When it happened, we're told that security guards at the concert, the ones working off-duty jobs, ran to help the man hit, but he died here on scene.
We do have several witnesses, but it doesn't sound like there was an altercation. I don't know what the motive is for this, but there wasn't a fight or anything going on at the time.
Yeah, that's right. And Rita, investigators believe that he was at that concert just moments before he was shot and killed. It's unclear if really the concert was still going on. It had just let out. A lot of chaos, as you can imagine, plenty of people out here. Investigators also tell us that there were several off-duty police officers working security at this venue. And so when the shots were fired around 11:40 p.m., they went running and were trying to help that man as soon as possible. But again, he died from the gunshot wounds. Now I want to show you video overnight. You can see how many markers were out here in the parking lot. Police say that there were a lot of shots fired. Initial reports say that that concert was still going on at the time. Police think, again, that the guy shot and killed could have been inside the building, then came out in the parking lot, and that's when it all went down. As for the shooter, no information on him or her at this point. Right now, police are trying to figure out an exact timeline as to what went down.
With it being almost a year to the date since the death of Chi-Town's beloved Duke the Jeweler exiting a concert in Southwest Houston, I can't name too many other people whose death has been speculated on more. Yo, it's Shay's Popalot. Salute the almighty MOBB. Now today I'm going to do my absolute best to try to tell y'all the story about a guy that would start off in Chicago to what seems like somewhat humble beginnings that with grind and dedication would pretty much make it to the top of his game. And that person that I'm speaking of is going to be a guy by the name of James Duke the Jeweler Cross. Now I got to start this one off by saying that this is one of the most sad and tragic stories that I ever covered, with me covering some really, really tragic ones that hit my heart. And with me just researching, going back, looking at glimpses of his life, I'm sure that this tragedy has affected his family, his friends, and anybody that known him immensely. And for a person that started on the streets of Chicago, pretty much gambling $20 bills and what looked like trap spots, just like he would elevate in the jewelry game, he would eventually find himself in these $100,000 dice games. And though by the time of his death, he would go on to be known as the go-to jeweler in Chicago, during my research, it looked like it was two things that been consistent in his life for more than the past 10 years. And those two things was gambling and his kids. And in the situation where most people kind of look at the rumors and the speculation surrounding his death, if anybody kind of took their time to look at his social media, really pretty much his Instagram, and if you can see past the blinged out Rolexes and the flashy Cuban links, as far back as 2016, you would see him posting with a backseat full of kids with the caption reading morning duties, like he was dropping them off to school. And just like everybody, he would have posts where he would show his cars and show him out and about, but it wasn't too many posts that he would go without showing him, or water balloon fights with his kids, or them heading out somewhere. And when you combine that with, like I said, him starting off in what looked like corner level dice games where niggas were shooting $20 and $10 rolls, to finding himself in games with people that some would consider the high rollers of the industry. And with the media reporting that he was only 29 years old at the time of his death, it's really no telling what this man could have accomplished. And it's crazy when you talk about somebody's death that is covered by outlets like TMZ and Sandra Rose as being under-publicized, but it seems like outlets really post more of the rumors and the speculations than the actual details surrounding his death. Now, one of the biggest rumors or speculations or misconceptions that I see that people have surrounding his death is that he died right after that dice game where he allegedly won $100,000 shooting against guys like Jay Prince, where you can see Boosie in the room. You can see Honeycomb Brazy in that specific video. Now, according to NBC2 Houston, his death would actually occur outside the Arena Theater, located at 7326 Southwest Fairway. Now, according to the article, at around 11:40 p.m., officers with the Houston Police Department would arrive on the scene where they would locate the 29-year-old Duke the Jeweler in the parking lot with multiple gunshot wounds to his torso. It was said that several off-duty officers that was working the concert would arrive to the scene before the Houston Police Department would, and they would start life-saving measures, but they were unsuccessful. Investigators were going to say that they witnessed two men between the ages of 25 and 35 years old, as well as a driver of a four-door GMC truck whose age was unidentified. Authorities would say that the two suspects would emerge from that truck and approach Duke the Jeweler, with some reports saying they just proceed to shoot him, and other reports saying that they proceed to shoot him, as well as take several belongings of his. And that's what leads to a lot of the people's speculation that we see online surrounding this particular death. During the course of my research, I could see how Duke was a huge fan of Boosie, as he would be seen riding around, going as far back as 2016, playing his music, and with him supposedly leaving a Plaza Boosie concert and Boosie being present the day before his death at that high-stakes dice game. In a statement regarding the death of Duke the Jeweler, Boosie would go on to say how he only met him the day before at that dice game. And though it was reported in the year of 2022 that the Houston Police Department has solved the highest percentage of murders they have in the past 3 years, but with it being a year since his death, not really a lot of evidence or witnesses, there's no telling if they're going to be able to solve this one. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all definitely hit that red bell and subscribe button right under this video so y'all know when this real trill spill shit is dropping. Y'all get in the comment box. Y'all definitely let me know what topics we need to touch on, what stories we need to tell, what places we haven't been to, what gangsters we got to get with. All of that, y'all hit me directly. Instagram, Twitter, POP_A_LOT. And even if I said it every time, I still wouldn't say it enough. I appreciate y'all tapping in. It's your ace, Popalot. Salute the almighty mob.